Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Loli. I am so excited for today's video. It's the first video for spring decor. We have a playlist jam-packed with amazing creations, and it is hosted by Shantell from Crafty Hints, Brenda from Rustic Lace DIY, and by Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's go right into it. DIY number 1. For this DIY, I'm going to be using one of these beaded frames from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using these tulips that I got last year from Michael's doing clearance. I'm going to split it in half, and I'm going to be cutting this in 2 equal sections. Then I'm going to place the tulips at each side of the beaded wreath. Once everything was in the position that I wanted, I took a zip tie and placed it in the middle so I can attach both of the tulip portions at the same time. Then I bent the stems to make them curved. Once I knew I was satisfied with where the flowers fell, I went ahead and cut off the excess stem from the middle. In this part of the project, be very careful. I had these fly all over the place, so use some eye protection. Then I went ahead and clipped off the excess zip tie. I'm going to be adding more zip ties to the side, but I'm making sure to only hold the stems and not the leaves, so the leaves will cover the zip tie. Here I only did it to one side because then at this moment I realized I wanted to add some greenery to this, so I kept from doing the other side. Make sure that the fastening part of the zip tie is towards the back of your wreath. Once everything was fastened, I removed the excess from this as well. Here I'm coming in, making sure that everything is equal, that they're all bent in the same direction I wanted them to be. And I'm going to bring in some of this lamb's ear from Walmart. These stems come in a pair, so I'm placing one of each on each side. I simply fed them towards the back of the tulips. And I'm going to go ahead and secure it also with a zip tie. I'm going to repeat the same process with the other one. And again, making sure the stem is bent a bit and securing it in place with another zip tie. Once everything was secure, I went over and clipped off the excess zip tie. Then I arranged the lamb's ears in the position I wanted it, and I'm going to go ahead and use another zip tie to hold it in place. And I'm doing the exact same thing to the other side. I trimmed down the excess zip tie. And now we are going to be using this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and we are going to use it to make a bow that's going to cover the midsection there. I've made it by simply crisscrossing the ribbon around itself for a couple of times, making sure to have tails that are in opposite sides. Then I cinched it in the middle and used a zip tie to secure it in place in the middle. Friends, don't forget to go visit Brenda, Shantell, and Amanda. Their links to the channels are in my description box below. And click on the playlist so you don't miss all of the projects from so many talented creators. Here I'm just cleaning up some of the straggly threads from the bow, fluffing it up, and we are going to cut off the excess zip tie, and we're getting ready to attach it to our wreath. I'm going to use another zip tie to attach it. But first, I'm going to dovetail the ends. I cut off my excess zip tie and somehow I ended up having flowers come off. I just found where they came from and popped them right back in. And here it is. But I'm not done yet. We are going to come in with this sign from the Dollar Tree. We're gonna use the welcome word, and this comes in a pack of 3 at the Dollar Tree. And it has 3 different words. I think it's spring, welcome, and I can't remember the last one. And I used some jute cord to tie onto the word and then tie it onto the wreath. I trimmed off the excess jute, added a little bit of hot glue onto the knot, and added a bead right onto the middle of my bow. And here we are, all complete. Let me know how you like it. I love it. DIY number 2. For this project, I'm using one of these window decor from the Dollar Tree. I am using my heat gun to remove that metal piece from the front. And then I'm going to use some of my white Rust-Oleum chalk paint to do a quick sloppy coat of white paint onto this piece just to make it blend in with the sign and it doesn't stand out for the next part of the project. Friends, if you have not done so yet, consider subscribing. It is free and it means the world to me. Once the paint dried, I took one of these crates from the Dollar Tree, removed the sticker, and I'm going to just use some hot glue, add it to the piece that we just painted, and secure it in place. Then I took the jute cord off the top, and I'm going to go ahead and use my file there to remove all the rough edges from in between of this window decoration piece. I wish I had a smaller one. I will get one next time. Then I remove the dust from my area, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to adding some of this ribbon that we used for the previous DIY. I just measured to see how much I will need to go around my wooden box and cut, just leaving about a ½ an inch on each side as margin for error. Now I'm going to be taking the ribbon and I'm going to fold it as if I was making a paper accordion. I don't know if you did that when you were a child, but just folding it on itself, and then I'm adding a little bit of hot glue on the fold and then pressing it down. This is just so I can reduce the width of this ribbon to work for what I have in mind. Friends, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and make sure to put the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. All these things help my channel grow, and I truly appreciate them. All of the folding and gluing made this stiff, so I'm going to go ahead and try to bring some flexibility back by just bending it back and forth, trying to loosen up a little bit of the fabric, and then I'm trimming the little ends. And it's time now to go ahead and put this onto our piece. I am going to place it right in the middle, and I'm going to be using some hot glue to help me do this. And this is how it's looking so far. Then I'm going to take some of this floral foam from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut a piece big enough to be added to my crate. I'm going to glue it down by adding hot glue to the middle slat and pressing it down. Then I'm using somewhat more of these tulips that I got from Michael's doing clearance time, and I'm going to just clip them into smaller stems. I simply place them in the foam in a staggered fashion, trying to make them as short as possible and making sure to put them in a way in which they look full and it's just pleasing to the eye. No specific way, just pretty much like in a zigzag kind of way, just to, get the most coverage and natural look. I did try to make them even shorter towards the front. And here it is so far, but I'm not done yet. I need to cover up my foam with some floral moss. So I'm going to take some hot glue, and I'd rather do it this way instead of putting the moss first and then the flowers. I just find that it's easier to put it in this way, and it just gives you a little rustic look by having the foam, the moss just stick out like that. And you can only cover the places that really need to be covered, and you don't use extra moss in areas that will not be seen. I went ahead and shaked off the excess, and I am not done yet. I'm going to be coming in with this metal sign from the Dollar Tree that came from the same pack that I used for the welcome sign in the previous DIY. I attached it using some gel super glue and some hot glue. But wait, I'm not done yet. Then I'm going to use the string that was the hanger, and I'm going to just go ahead and burn off the little hairs that it has so it is a little bit neater. Just be very careful with this part. It was pyrotechnics. Anyway, the jute was unraveling in some portions, so I just added a little bit of hot glue, twisted it up, and I'm going to just go ahead and use this jute cord to create a little bow for the front of my box. And now we are done. Here it is. I love it. What do you think? DIY number 3. For this project, I'm using one of these wrong signs from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to do nothing to it. I love it the way it is. I'm just going to be removing the tag off. Then I'm going to be attaching this metal flower I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do nothing to it as well. I'm just going to go ahead and take off the tag. That's about it. Then I just took some of this gel super glue, and I'm going to be adding it to some other petals of the back of this flower. And I added hot glue to others. And I'm going to attach this directly in the center of the wood sign. But wait, I'm not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and make a bow. I'm going to use the same ribbon that I used for the 2 previous DIYs. I'm going to use the accordion method again to reduce the width of the ribbon And I'm going to just keep using the hot glue just as I did for the second DIY. And using the newly formed ribbon, we are going to create a bow. I struggled a little bit trying to figure out the perfect size, but I pretty much just twisted it in on top of each other, pretty much by just crossing the tails and scrunching the middle to create the bow. Once I found the proper placement, I just glued it with a dab of hot glue. I also glued the tails of the bow towards the sides of the round as well. Using a wooden bead that I got from Amazon, I'm going to embellish the bow, just placing it right in the middle. And just like that, this project is complete. I really love this one, guys. Also, I don't know which one is my favorite. I need your help picking one. Let me know which one is yours. And if there's any different choices of colors that you will use. I'm loving these pastels. And here are all of my DIYs. This is the second one. It is so adorable. I love the colors. They're so nice and calming. Let me know how you like them. Friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And here are my social media links if you'd like to follow me on those. And here are some bloopers to make you smile today. Thank you so much. And for Brenda from Rustic Lace. Rustic Lace. Thanks for watching.